Hello, Life Path 5, and welcome to your June 2023 monthly numerology here at Readings at the Round Table. I'm Jennifer. This is Mouse staring at me right around the side of my monitor. And this is Jasmine, who you cannot see. Hey. All right, Life Path 5. Mouse looks like he's about to jump over here, but he's been jumping over here in between each video because he sees me shuffling the cards and clearing the decks so that I can get the energy of the next life path in. And he comes over here and he's investigating, but now he's staring at me trying to figure out what's going on. So if he jumps in here, I sometimes just hold him out of the way until I get ready to read. Yeah, we'll see. All right. Sorry. All right, Life Path 5. So, June for you is a 9 month. This shouldn't be like a bumpy road for you. It really shouldn't. Because 9 is transitions, is completions, and it's releasing. 9 is changes. And you're used to changes. I mean, your whole life path is pivotal change, adaptability, versatility. You know, this is also time for changes. So, I mean, the mantra of the 9 is, I embody the flow of this moment with courage to change. That's you. So it is about transition, completion, releasing, removing clutter, both physical and spiritual. It's a time to use logic. It's a time to take that next step with courage. It's a time of choices and completion of a cycle. And when we look at the completion of a cycle, we see that in order to have a new beginning, we have to have an ending of some kind. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But sometimes we view it as a bad thing instead of going, oh, okay. So I'm grateful that this was here when I needed it. Now it's time to transition into something else. Now it's time to transition onward and upward, right? Yeah. So this is a time of accepting that that endings bring about change. Again, you have to have endings to have that new beginning. It's a part of the bigger circle, right? I don't want to start singing the circle of life, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, I know. But a lesson of the 9 is to recognize the patterns, recognize patterns that maybe you're just digging into a rut and letting them go when they no longer serve your well-being. That's hard. It really is hard. So the shadow effects that we see in a 9, the two biggest ones are fear of change and fighting change. We've all done that. We've all been there. We've all done that. Yep. But Pluto in Capricorn is going to make you a little more stubborn. So keep that in mind, okay? The shadow effects of a 9 can also be impulsive, moody, and a little careless, with their finances. Because 9s are just well, it's just ending anyway. Let's just throw caution. The great thing about a 9 is that they are so generous. And a 9 time makes you very philanthropic. You want to give to other people because you're looking at everything as a time of rebirth. You're looking at that and going, it's all changing. Let's give this away. Let's get rid of this. Let's give this out. So you're very generous. You're very philanthropic and you want to take care of everyone. And I think that's great. I really do. The great thing about you, Life Path 5, is that you love having choices. And during the time of a 9, you definitely have choices coming at you. So, really love that. This is so great because some of your shadow effects is that nervous, restless energy, feeling the challenges, or feeling a lot of challenges. unable to move beyond imagined limitations. And the 9 doesn't have that. The 9 doesn't have that limitation. They do have a fear of change and sometimes fighting it. But the thing is, they know that they're in the transition period. They know that this is a time of completion and a time of releasing. So this is a wonderful time for you to really go beyond your limitations, to push through that and say, okay, I'm going to harness my energy, I'm going to do it appropriately, and I'm going to push beyond these limitations because they are only illusions. And the great thing is that we have Neptune going retrograde at the end of the month, and that is definitely going to take away any illusions. It really is. So if you're thinking that you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't, I'm just done with this. I've been doing this too long, or, I'm just really tired, or just seeing that, like, you just feel like you can't push beyond anything else anymore. The 9 is going to help you push through 5. Yeah. Because being in that 9 period, you expect those changes. And you're already a life path of change. I like it. And it's a phase change to help fulfill your life's purpose. You're moving up. You're leveling up. And that can be challenging. It can be. You've been there. All right. As you can see, I'm pulling from 3 different cards this month. The first cards I'm pulling from this one is the Sage, but it is the Angels and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. I have definitely used this deck on this channel many times, but maybe just not on this show. I can't actually remember. We'll see. And then I also wanted to tell you guys to make sure you watch the video titled For All Life Path Numbers, because I did the astrology for June in that video. I read your comments, I read your emails, I listened to what you guys have to say, and I separated out the videos. So now if you want to watch the astrology that will help you out with your numerology for the month, you can watch that in a separate video. And if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. Yes, my channel is still evolving, it's still changing. It's not even a year old yet, and I'm so happy about the growth. I'm so happy about everything. So we're just going to keep going. All right, the next card is from a deck that I pull from every month for this show. It is the Goddess Guidance cards, and this is White Terra, Sensitivity. Interesting. Good grief. Keep flipping these cards over. But, yeah, the channel's still changing, still evolving a little bit, so it's okay. I'm trying to be like the 5, and I'm trying to be adaptable and versatile. See which way it goes. Because I used to do a show called Astrology Chat, and I'm thinking about bringing it back. Keeping the astrology separate from everything. We shall see. Ooh, Rose Quartz. That's a pretty card. Will it go in focus? Who knows? There we go. It's kind of like both of these cards match this card. Very interesting. All right. So, Rose Quartz. There we go. Inner Child, Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz is well known around the world as the stone of love and compassion. Its energy is very gentle and soft, inviting us to open fully to receive its healing medicine of love. Its nurturing energy allows us to feel safe enough to surrender to our vulnerable nature. In this sacred space, we connect deeply to the essence of our inner child. Rose quartz encourages you to deeply heal any old wounds connected to inner child issues. It invites the essence of the inner child to the surface for healing and transformation to occur. Excuse me. It opens the heart, bringing in unconditional love, deepening self-love and acceptance. It enhances compassion, gentleness, and nurturing of the soul, brings self-fulfillment and inner peace, and supports those going through divorce and separation. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing to have when you are going through transitions and cycle completions. This is a wonderful thing to do and use. Wow. The next card, Green Terra, sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. And that's true, because when you're transitioning from one level to another, when you're making some changes, when you're completing a cycle, you get very, very sensitive to your surroundings. Especially when you're moving into like a new phase in your life. You're very sensitive because you're hyper aware of what's going on around you. And the last card is the Sage. Be devoted and committed. That is so great. Be devoted, be committed, be generous with yourself, be loving with yourself, and listen to the mantra of the 9. I'm going to say it again. I embody the flow of this moment with courage to change. And believe me, it does take courage to change. It really does. Change is a scary, scary thing sometimes. Thank you so much for joining me, Life Path 5. Thank you so much for your support on my channel. I just really, really appreciate you. Don't forget to check out that other video for all Life Path numbers. And of course, your monthly zodiac readings for the full moon and the new moon. Those are also available twice a month now. Again, the channel is evolving. Thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful June. Enjoy the summer solstice. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.